Emily's hands were shaking as she stood in the dusty attic of her late grandmother's old house in Vermont. She had come for a weekend, just to sort through boxes and memories. Nothing more. But she didn't expect to find something that would tear open a part of her life she'd spent 3 years trying to bury. Between stacks of faded photographs and brittle envelopes, Emily found a letter. A letter with her name on it. And in the return address corner, a name she hadn't seen or heard since the night everything fell apart. Michael Turner. Her first love. Her biggest regret. The man she avoided thinking about because remembering him hurt too much. Emily sank onto an old rocking chair as her heart hammered against her ribs. The last time she had seen Michael, he stood in the pouring rain outside her apartment, soaked, shivering, begging her, "If you walk away now, there's no coming back from this." And she had walked away. Not because she stopped loving him. The truth was darker, heavier, and something she never told a soul, not even him. With unsteady fingers, Emily tore open the envelope. Inside was a single folded letter. "Emily, if you're reading this, it means I never got the chance to say these words out loud." Her breath hitched. "I want you to know I never blamed you. I finally understand why you left that night." She froze. Impossible. No one knew the real reason. That night, 3 years ago, just minutes after their explosive argument, Emily got a call from the hospital. Her father had collapsed. Doctors weren't sure he'd survive till morning. She left Michael standing in the rain because she thought she was losing her last family member. But she never told Michael. Never explained. The next day turned into a week, and then months. The right moment to explain never came, and eventually she convinced herself it was too late. Still reading, Emily's hands shook harder. "I came to your place the next morning," Michael wrote. "I stood outside for hours. When I finally learned where you'd gone, I realized you hadn't betrayed me. You were saving someone you loved." Emily closed her eyes as tears burned down her cheeks. "I tried reaching out, but life had other plans. I moved to Seattle for work. I thought I'd come back someday, tell you everything, start over." Her heart dropped when she reached the next line. "But now, I'm not sure I'll get the chance." She sat up straight, her chest tightening. Not sure he'll get the chance? Why? What happened? Michael hadn't posted on social media in almost a year. His friends never talked about him. Emily suddenly realized she had no idea if he was even alive. At the bottom, Michael had added a short handwritten note. "P.S. If you want to know the full truth, go to the place where we had our first date, Joe's Diner. The answer is waiting for you there." Emily grabbed her coat and sprinted out of the house. She didn't care about the cold or the snow starting to fall. She only cared about one thing: finding out what happened to Michael. Joe's Diner hadn't changed at all. Same red booths, same neon open sign flickering in the window, same smell of burnt coffee that somehow felt nostalgic. As Emily stepped inside, the waitress, a woman in her 60s, paused mid-wipe of a table and stared at her. "Are you Emily Reed?" the woman asked gently. Emily nodded, her throat tightening. The waitress reached under the counter and pulled out a small black box. "He left this with me a year ago. Told me I'd know when to give it to you." Emily opened the box with trembling hands. Inside was a silver necklace, a tiny key pendant, and another folded letter. Her stomach twisted as she unfolded it. "Emily, if I disappear, don't panic. I'm fighting something I didn't want to drag you into." She stopped breathing. "I didn't tell you because I didn't want pity, and I didn't want you staying with me out of fear. But the truth is, I've been sick. really sick. Her vision blurred. The words swam. Doctors aren't sure how much time I have. Could be years, could be months, could be less. But I bought a place anyway. A new house in Seattle. For us. For the future I still hope for. Her hand clutched the key so tightly the metal dug into her skin. At the bottom there was an address. If you still want me in your life, come find me. Emily stepped out into the cold night, her breath shaking in the air. She stared at the address. Seattle. A whole country away. But for the first time in 3 years, she felt something she thought she had lost forever. Hope. She closed her fist around the tiny silver key, and she whispered, "I'm coming, Michael." Then she started walking, not knowing what she'd find on the other side of the country, or if he'd even still be there. But she was done running. This time, she was choosing him.